good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening to you, the good people of the tube. Hope you're feeling grand down. Those one in your world. Hello there, everybody. Welcome to another A&Q Wednesday, everybody. This is probably the latest I've ever filmed an A&Q Wednesday. It's about 11 o'clock at night, and I just really fancied. I was kind of sat here, kind of like, I don't know what to do with myself, so I thought I'm gonna film A&Q. So it's a bit late. I haven't done the intro jam yet, but that'll happen tomorrow morning. But you've already seen that, so how weird is that? Not really very weird at all. Anyway, moving along. So, welcome to the A&Q, everybody. Let's get to question one, shall we? Let's dive in and splosh. Okay, so question one today is, do you ever think you'd get back into learning music theory on your own and get new things from it? I'm not going to say yes, and I'm not going to say no. It's one of getting back at, learning more musical theory at this point in time is not something I'm not interested in. Will it come back around? I don't know. I mean, I really can't say that, tomorrow. Tomorrow I could wake up and go, I really want to know how to do this. You know what I mean? And in all fairness, I am still kind of like learning bits of theory here and there. You know what I mean? It's not like it's that stop. That never stops. You're always learning. But would I ever get back into it? Yeah, most possibly, but I don't know. So I can't say yes and I can't say no because I don't know when that will be. I don't doubt that at some point in my musical life that I will go, I really want to know how to do this. And I'll have to refer to theory to do it or understand something, a bit better. So I'll have to refer to theory. But at this point in time, I'm very, very happy where I am. And like I say, I'm still learning as I go anyway. You know what I mean? It's not like I say, it's not like I just kind of like, I am where I am and I'm just kind of like, oh, that'll do kind of thing. I'm still very much in the learning process and figuring things out and, that does that does that. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, we'll just wait and see. I mean, I'm not going to force it. You know what I mean? I'm not into that kind of thing of, like, I must learn more because that'll open more doors for me. I'm not into that. I don't want to do that and I don't want to be that. It's the same way I kind of approach songs, writing songs on the guitar. I don't actively seek songs out. I just wait for them to come to me. You know what I mean? I'm not interested in kind of like trying to sit down with a pad of paper and a guitar and go, right, now I'm going to write a song. I'm not interested in that. I'd much rather be mucking about on guitar and it come to me. You know what I mean? I feel that's better. And I think that's more of a natural way to be. And the same thing goes with musical theory. Is like, where I am at this point in time, I'm very happy. And I'm not interested in kind of like going any further with that. Although I am kind of, but in a different way. But who knows? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it could happen next week. It could happen tomorrow. It could happen next year. It could happen 15 years from now. If I haven't been eaten by badgers by that point. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, it really is kind of like, I can't say. But will I get back into it on my own? Yeah, most probably. I don't. But saying that, there could be something that comes along that makes me want to kind of get back into it. But I don't know. I really don't know. I honestly can't say. But yeah, I don't know. We will see. We will see, people of the tube. Watch this space. I'm not going anywhere. So we'll see. We'll see where we go with that one because you never know. So, possibly, but no at the same time because at this point in time I'm a happy little bunny. But we'll see. Okay, so anyway, you also asked what are my thoughts on Variacs on amplifiers. So, Variacs, I've never tried a Variac on an amplifier. I've always used attenuators. And I really think they're cool if you've got something like a Marshall Plexi or a non-master volume amplifier or an amp that has to be cranked to the teeth to sound good. I think attenuators are really, really good. But a Variac I've never tried, so I really don't know. I mean, I know Eddie Van Halen used a Variac, and I know quite a lot of people have kind of done that since Eddie, to kind of like, to starve the amp. But I've never used a Variac, so I can't honestly say if I prefer it to, like, say, just a normal attenuator. So I don't know. So I can't really answer that one fully because I don't know. But I do like attenuators. I used to have a Marshall Power Break, for my little plexi. But funny enough, I never use it with my plexi though. Bit weird that. But anyway, well, I did occasionally, but invariably I just ran my plexi clean and did pedals. But anyway, but I like the power break. The Marshall power break was a really good attenuator. I thought it retained the sound of the amp, but my amp sounded like crap. When I cramped my 1987X plexi up, it sounded garbage. It sounded like utter garbage. It was terrible. I still have recordings of it cranked to the teeth, and it never sounded good. It never sounded like an old plexi. I remember going into Old Hat one time and plugging into a 1971 50 watt plexi. It was a brass panel plexi, and plugging into it and going, that sounds like a plexi. And then I plugged into mine afterwards, and I was like, that doesn't sound like a plexi. So it wasn't the best, I've got to say. But it was good while it lasted, but it wasn't really right. It didn't sound very good. It wasn't the best amp in the world. I don't miss it, let's put it that way. So anyway, but Variacs, like I said, I've never used a Variac on an amplifier, so I don't really know if I'd like it, because I know it changes the feel and the sound and everything like that, and it'd be interesting to see, to be honest with you. Maybe one day I'll give it a go if I can get like a hold of one and an old plexi. That'd be quite cool, but I don't really have any thoughts on them because I haven't really used them. But I do like attenuators. I think they're really, really cool. So yeah. I hope that's the question. I'm going to move on to question 2. Now, it's very cold this evening. I've got to say, it's absolutely hammering it down with rain outside as well. It's absolutely bucketing it. He can't speak, ladies and gentlemen. Bucketing it. Bucket? Inning? Ning? It's raining very hard. There you go. Outside. Well, where else would it be raining, Dave? In your brain! I'm a bit hyper. I don't know why. But anyway. Moving along. So, moving on to question 2. Question 2 is, have you tried the Thomas Blugs Amp 1 and Nano Cab? No. I haven't, but I really, 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 really want to. The Amp 1 has been on my radar for a long, long time. It's just that I can't afford to buy one. They're too expensive for me. And the Nano Cab, when that came out, that was just another thing that came on my radar as well. So I'd like to try it. But like I said, I can't afford to buy it. So unfortunately, at this point in time, I can't really, unless I bump into one in a guitar shop for a decent price. You know what I mean? But okay, big guitar shops being closed at this point in time, it's kind of not going to happen. But I would really like to try the Amp 1. It's, like I say, I keep seeing about the place, and it's one of those things that I keep going, I really want to try it, I really want to try it, I really want to try it. And every time I kind of like, well, no, every time I kind of really want to try it, it's like, I'll look at the price, and I'm like, oh. So it's just a very sobering reminder. But no, I mean, hopefully at some point I can get hold of one and try it, and the same with the Nano Cab as well, because I'm really intrigued by it. I like the idea of it being a 100-watt head, basically, in a very, very tiny little kind of package, and very portable, very usable, very, very cool, very simple as well. I like its simplicity, and it sounds great, especially when Thomas Blugs plays for it. It sounds amazing. But yeah, so hopefully at some point I'll get my filthy little disgusting hands on one, and I can bring it to you people with the tube, and we'll go from there with it. But at this point in time, no, I haven't tried one. People with the tube, if anybody out there has tried the Amp 1 by Thomas Blugs, let us know in the comment section below what it's like, if you liked it and why, and if you didn't like it, why. So let us know in the comment section below. So moving on to question 3 now. Okay, so question 3 today is, how can I improve vibrato when bending? Right, okay, so to me, vibrato is one of the things that comes after you've been playing for a certain period of time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I reckon vibrato is one of those things that kind of naturally develops in you when you're not kind of paying attention to it. Oh, that's the way it felt for me anyway. I mean, it's not going to be the way for everybody, but I can only speak from my perspective on it. But I remember kind of like, it was just there one day. You know what I mean? All of a sudden it was just there, but I've never really kind of thought that through. I've never really thought about it, to be honest with you. I've never really thought about it. But how can you improve it? It's just trying to... It's just play again, really. I mean, it's just a period... It just takes time, like anything with the guitar. You know, there's no fast tracks with anything in guitar. So, I mean, I would say just kind of like... Just keep going with it. You know, eventually it will come to you. You know, eventually something will happen. But I think it's just one of those things where you have to let it develop naturally. I think if you're trying to... Again, coming back to like question 1 on that kind of like getting back into musical theory thing. I think if you're forcing something, it's not a good idea. You know, if you have to force something, you have to question why you're doing it. You know what I mean? It's, you know, it's like pushing a rock up a hill. You know, if you're forcing it, it's like, you're like, why am I doing this kind of thing? It doesn't really make any sense if you don't need to do it. Why are you doing it, kind of thing? That was a really weird analogy. Maybe because it's late and I'm a little bit tired. I don't know. Maybe we should do more Q&As really late at night so I get weird answers. I don't know. But no, I mean, like I said, I think the more things develop naturally in your playing, I think the better they are. I think if you're trying to force something to happen with the guitar, I think invariably you're kind of going to not necessarily fail at it, but invariably it won't be the right kind of... won't be the right way to approach it, if that makes any sense. Like, so like I said, I'm a very, very big believer in the fact that just, you know, if you play long enough and you put in the hours and the minutes, you know, and the years, things find you and they develop naturally. Instead of you kind of force them or trying to find them and kind of like trying to, you know, look under every rock to try and get it and find it and then trying to pull it out with pliers, it'll you know, these things will find you eventually if you just let them, kind of like, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I mean, I would just say that really, just kind of like with the vibrato when bending, just let that happen naturally. Don't chase it. Like, there's no... It's like trying to chase... It's like trying to chase a chicken. It's kind of like... There's kind of pointless... I'm coming out with all the analogies tonight. Analogy? Is that the right word? I think so. I don't know. I'm not clever enough. But it's like trying to chase something you know you're not going to catch. You know, you've got to wait for it to come to you. You know what I mean? It's... You know, you can't just kind of like run after it aimlessly and hope that, like, you know, there might be a chance you get it. You know, I think you have to wait for things a lot with the guitar. You know what I mean? I'm still waiting for certain things with the guitar, but I'm not actively pursuing them because I know they'll happen in time. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. And I feel that's the way with vibrato, is kind of like, you know, after a period of time, eventually you find your voice in that, you know, and eventually it's like, oh, there it is, you know what I mean? And then away you go, so to say. But that's my view. I mean, that's only my view on it. So, but like, if you really wanted to kind of develop it, I mean, it's just a case of like trying to find somebody who does vibrato you like, and then just trying to emulate it. Like, you know, if it's Paul Kossoff, say, you know, find, you know, Paul Kossoff, in all fairness, is a really bad example because Paul's vibrato is insane. It's really, really difficult to pull it off. In all fairness, I think he was the only one. The closest behind Paul Kossoff is Danny Kirwan. Danny Kirwan has an immense vibrato as well. But just kind of like, just start in trying to emulate your hero's vibrato, really. And I think in that you'll find your own kind of thing. But like I say, don't rush it. Don't go, oh, by the end of next week, I want to be able to do this, you know, because that's kind of like, it's not unrealistic, but it's not realistic, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So just bear that in mind. You know, but yeah, it will come with time. Sorry, when I got it back, but it will come with time. Like, you know, guitar is one of those things that you don't rush and can't rush. You know, it's just one of those things that, like, you know, just it happens when it happens. You know, and if you put the time in and the effort and you earn these things, then, you know, all the good things find you. And it's just started. Absolutely, I mean, it was raining heavy before, but it's absolutely just started caning it down. My gravy, I love that noise. I love that noise. So yeah, just let it develop. You know what I mean? Just try, and if you really want to kind of push it along, just try and emulate your heroes a bit, and just kind of go from there, really. But don't actively seek it. I mean, I think that's the key to anything, really. I mean, in life is just don't actively seek things. Things will find you when they need to find you. I think sometimes if you go looking, you don't find. Whereas if you sit and be patient, things find you. I think that's very philosophical for this time of night, Dave. So I have half a bottle of scotch. What do you expect? Anyone know what that quote from? Leave it in the comment section below. Anyway, but yeah, so just let it develop naturally, but don't run after things. There's no point running after things. There's no point chasing anything. If it's meant to be, it'll be at some point. You know what I mean? There's no point running after things and trying to chase things. Eventually things find you, one way or another. Even when you don't think they will, they will. It's bizarre. But yeah. So I hope I answered that play question. So the other part of question 3 was you also asked, why don't you have the Oswald Custom Tele anymore? It was never mine. The double-bound Oswald was never mine. It was a guy who ordered it from Nick, wanted it to come to me first for me to basically review it and demo it, and then it got sent on to him. So it was never mine. I've got my custom Tele, my yellow one, over there. But the double-bound Tele, if this is the one you mean, it was never mine. It was just here. It was just with me for a very, very brief period before it went on to its forever home. So I'm not. I wasn't the owner of it. I never owned that Telecaster. I've got my Telecaster over there. So, but yeah. So yeah. That's where that one went. It went to its real home. So yeah. And that's that one. So okay, moving on to question 4. This is quick, man. This is very quick. Okay, so question 4. Now, this one could be a long question. This one could be tangent central, everyone. So brace yourselves. Huh! Okay, so question 4 is, if you had, and this question goes to you people of the tube as well. Okay, so I want your questions in the comment section below as well for this one. So, question 4 is, if you had a chance to play one of the following guitars, which one would it be? The options are Jimi Hendrix's Woiodstock White Stratocaster, Rory Gallagher's 61 Strat, or John Frusciante's 1962 Strat. Right, now, I can imagine quite a lot of you out there can guess which one I'm going to pick. But like I say, let me know in the comment section below which one you would pick and why. Okay, so no surprises. I would pick John Frusciante's 1962 Fender Strat. Just because. That is the guitar that's like my holy grail. That John's 62 is like my holy grail guitar. It's why I wanted to own a 62. It's why it's one of the things that I'm obsessed with, that guitar is. It's been an obsession of mine since I first started playing guitar. So the guitar I'd play out of those 3, bar none, is John's 62. Another reason for this is this as well. So Jimmy's Woiodstock Strat is in Seattle at the Experience Music Project, and Rory's Strat is in the capable hands of his brother. But Rory's Strat is no longer set up like Rory had it. It's been reset up time and time again for other people to use it, like Joe Bonamassa, Bernie Marsden. A few other people have used Rory's Strat in previous years, and coming years people will use it. And Rory's setup is gone. It's long gone. The strings are long gone, the action's long gone, and it's no longer really set up the way Rory would have it. And the same goes for Jimmy's White Strat. Jimmy's White Strat is no longer set up the way Jimmy would have had it or used it. It's very much it's obviously the same guitar, but it's very much not Jimmy's setup. Same with Rory's. So that's another reason why I'm not, as much as I would love to play those 2 guitars, can you imagine what it feels like to play Rory Gallagher's 61 Strat or Jimi Hendrix's 68 Woiodstock Strat that he played Star Spangled Banner on? My God. But the problem with them is they're not set up like them. John's 62 will always be set up like John because he's still with us. Unfortunately, Rory and Jimmy aren't with us. So their guitars, and because other people have played them, it's kind of like they've been kind of like messed with and tweaked, so to say, over the years, which invariably is going to have to happen because they're vintage instruments. You know, you can't just leave them alone because they're going to go funny. You know, the old guitars need a lot of maintenance and they need tweaking, truss rods need tweaking and stuff like that. So, but that is one of the reasons why, as much as I'd love to play those other two guitars, Jimmy's and Rory's, at the same time, I'm kind of like, you know, over John's Strat, they're not going to win. You know what I mean? They're just not. I mean, I would love to play John's 62. Like, that guitar for me it changed my life, that guitar. It made me want a Sunburst Stratocaster. It made me want to play that Jimi Hendrix style, although I didn't know it was Jimi Hendrix at the time. It made me want to pursue John Frusciante relentlessly. You know what I mean? It made me want to play like him and be like him in the way he plays, and just kind of like have no disconnect between you and the guitar. It made me what I am, really. That guitar really did. And I say it was that version of Under the Bridge on Top of the Pops that I saw in the first year of playing guitar, where I was like, the sound of that Stratocaster and the sound of John playing it on Under the Bridge and doing those diddly dums and the Hendrix style, I was just like, whatever that is, that's what I want. And that's when I fell in love with Stratocasters. I'm pretty sure of it. You know, it's why I love Strats so much, is because they are life-changing to me. You know, I think they always will be. You know what I mean? I love Stratocasters so much. They do feel, when I play them, I just feel like they're made for me. I know that sounds a bit of a weird, stupid thing to say, but every Strat I pick up, I'm just like, wow. But there are certain Strats that you just pick up and you're just like, this is unreal. There are certain Strats you pick up and go, this is crap. You know, and that's the way it works. But John's 62, if I ever got to play that guitar, in all fairness, I don't know what I'd be more scared of, meeting John Frusciante or playing his 62. You know what I mean? I don't know what I'd be more afraid of or more overwhelmed by, meeting John or getting a chance to play his guitar. You know what I mean? I don't know which one would freak me out more, to be honest with you. I think meeting John would freak me out more, to be honest with you, because the 62 is the 62. But then I don't know. You know what I mean? But it'll never happen. But, you know, one can dream, can't we, people with a tube? We can dream about these kind of things. You know, I dream about that a lot. Not going to happen, but I daydream and I think a lot. You know, what would I play if I got to play John's 62 Strat? And what would I say to John if I ever got to meet him? What would it be like? And, you know, I'm sure we've all done these kind of things. Stuff like that. So, but no, John's 62 Strat wins over any guitar. It wins over Rory's Strat. It wins over Jimmy's Strat. It wins over Peter Green's 59. It wins over, let's think, Dave Gilmour's Black Strat. It wins over Buckethead's guitars. You know, it wins over all. No, it even wins over other John guitars. You know, for instance, like the 55 Strat or the White Falcon or the Tele Custom or Custom Tele, whichever way around that is, or the Red Strat or whatever. You know, the 62 is just really special, and I really want the number 62 tattooed on me because it's become it's been a very strong number in my life since I found John's guitar. I mean, I know it sounds weird and silly, but I remember Mike McCready talking about this in an interview. He was talking about all his favourite guitars are from 1959. So he's got a 59 Strat, a 59 Les Paul, and a 59 Les Paul Special, double cut. And I remember him saying, like, you know, that number just kind of stuck with him. He heard it, and it kind of stuck with him. You know what I mean? 59, it just stuck with him. The same happened to me with 62. As soon as I found out John Frusciante's Strat was a 62 Strat, the number 62 kind of held a very, very substantial meaning to me. Again, because it really changed my life, really. That guitar did, and John did. You know, it really did. It changed a lot. You know, it basically made me what I am today, guitar-wise, to be honest with you. So it's quite mad, really. But I'd like the number on me some point, you know, somewhere. You know, I don't care, but I do care where it is. I just want it on me, but because it's got some real, you know, it's got a lot of meaning to me, that number. So it'd be very cool to have it tattooed on me at some point. So as well as other things that I want tattooed on me at some point. But anyway, but yeah, John's Strat wins over anything. It really does. It even wins over his Fiesta Red Jaguar as well. Because, like I say, it's just that was it for me. As soon as I saw that one, that was it. And then it became the dream to own a 62 Strat, which, thanks to some of you lot out there, that became a reality, which still blows my mind. I miss my 62 Strat, I've got to say. I miss it a lot. There's a lot of guitars I miss, actually, that are back in England. I miss a lot of guitars. I really miss my RTL 59. I miss my 62. You know, there's quite a lot of guitars that I miss that kind of like I wish I had with me, but you know, I've got what I've got, and that's, you know, that's enough for now. You know, everything's okay. So it's not like I don't have any guitars. You know what I mean? But no, I mean, you're always gonna miss guitars. It's like I miss amps as well. I miss certain amps. I miss my number one MG. I miss my other MG. I miss my Boss Katana 100. I miss my Vox Escort and a couple of other amps I've got at home. You know. I miss my little pedal board that I left at home, and I don't know why I left it. I should have bought it with me. I don't know why I left it. That was silly of me. I should have bought that. You know, but these things happen. You know, if I'd known I would have had as much space as I did, I would have bought more. But you know, I didn't know that at the time, so I bought minimal. This is my minimal, by the way, everybody. But yeah, so I miss my orange cab as well. My orange 412 cab, which is technically a 212, but I missed that. But anyway. You mish, do you? Well, you Sean Connery. Anyway, moving along. So yeah, like I say, out of those three, I would play John's 62 Strat any day. It'd be the one that would win out over any of the other guitars. It's just, that's the one. You know what I mean? That is the one for me. That's the life-changing guitar. You know, that really is. It's much in the same way as, like, you know, everybody looks up to their guitar heroes guitar. It's kind of like, you know, if it's kind of like, you know, Dave Gilmour's Black Strat or Peter Green's 59 or whatever, you know, everyone's got like kind of a hero's guitar. And to me, my hero guitar is a 62 Fender Strat by, you know, John's 62 Strat. It's just, that's the one. You know, that is the one. So yeah. So people of the tube, let me know in the comment section below which one out of those three, Jimi Hendrix's Woodstock Strat, Rory Gallagher's 61 Strat, or John Frusciante's 1962 Strat, which one would you play and why? Let us know in the comment section below. But yeah, I'm sure quite a lot of you knew which one I was going to pick out of those three. It's pretty straightforward for me, really. Very simple. Very simple. And like I say, that guitar has just been... you know, John's my ultimate hero when it comes down to guitar, so... You know... That guitar is right up there. You know, Jimmy's 68 and Rory's 61. Peter's 59 and Mike McCready's 59 Strat and Paul Kossoff's 59 Les Paul and Dave Gilmour's, you know, Black Strat and Buckethead's weird massive Les Paul and stuff like that. They're all up there as well, but John's 62, top of the pile. Bar none. It really is top of the pile. So, like I say, people tube, let me know which one you would play and why. And if it's none of those three, let us know what guitar would it be and why. Let us know in the comment section below. So if it wasn't any of those three, which one would it be? So, there you go, people tube. Yes. I hope you enjoyed this NQ. Hope I've answered the questions okay. There's usual. There's Mr. Fear that I've totally ruined it, but hopefully I haven't, and there's something in there you can take away, and it's all joyous and yeah. So yeah, if you want to submit a question for A&Q, description box below has an email link. Email me there, and yeah, I'll see you again on Friday for another vid. I have no idea what it is at this point in time, but we will get there. But yeah, I'll see you on Friday for another vid. Have a great morning, afternoon, good evening, and I will see you again on Friday. Have a great one till then. Goodbye now. Thank you very much for watching. Ha ha! Yes.